So for the next 30 minutes, we, as always, going to go through three different stages. So stage one will be conscious breathing, leading into second stage relaxation, leading into the third stage of meditation and the awareness practice. As some of you have been with me for this whole entire month of April, we are moving into May. Happy May. May to play, as Joanna and I just on Friday we had an interview, we had a little chit chat and pinpointed this point, May to play. So let's play with May, specifically in our practice today, where we'll be developing sense and sensation of curiosity, as well as sensation of a baseline. So curiosity towards our baseline of awareness and baseline of our frequency of how and what we feel on everyday, moment to moment continuum of our lives. Yeah, I'll say this much for now so we don't get too wrapped up in the mental state of what we are about to experience. Also, I'd like to hear maybe in your comment line if there are practices, specifically breathing practice, that you have been implementing in your own daily life, in your own practices. So then I will get a sense of where we are as a group and what has been most beneficial for your breathing techniques. Because at least in terms of breathing techniques, I want you to become more and more independent in what type of breathing technique you are choosing for yourself. So it's not going to be me guiding you through breathing anymore. It will be you who tuning yourself in for meditation through breathing practice on your own. So just like we have tuning forks and we have instruments, in order for us to play instrument in a right way, in a right tune, in a right frequency, we need to tune the instrument in. So the same thing we do with our minds through our breath. Our breath serves as a tuning fork to our whole entire being, to our whole entire mind. Let's say this way. And for today's breathing will be very basic. So since we are going down into the baseline of our awareness, the baseline of who we are, I invite us to today be very simple with how we choose to breathe. I will of course guide you through this practice, but I want you to make it as simple for yourself as possible. So we will be introducing today slight holds on top of your inhale and slight holds on top of your exhale. If those holds feel somewhat uncomfortable in your body, then go into breathing inhale, exhale without pausing your breath. But what I would like to work today, let's call it square breathing, because it has 4 stages, it has 4 points. So first point starts from inhalation. So I breathe in, I pause and I hold air in. Let's keep it 3 to 4 seconds. Then I hold the breath. And then I start exhaling, that's point 3. Exhaling completely, holding your breath for 3 to counts, not seconds, 3 to 4 counts. And then again, starting with a breathe in, hold, breathe in, exhale, hold, exhale. So we are holding one time with a lot of air in our lungs, and then we're holding one time having no air completely in our lungs. Let's experiment with this just a little bit, just to see how this feels in our bodies. Also, going back into the first sessions that we have, Inhalation will be wave-like breathing. If you're not really sure what that means, I invite you to scroll back later and explore the wave-like breathing. So breathing in from abdomen all the way into your chest, breathing out from your chest down into your abdomen. That is one round, right? So I will breathe in, guide my breath, guide my life force all the way to the top of my heart, to my high heart, maybe all the way to the top of my head, if that feels comfortable. Hold my breath for a few counts. Then I will exhale, bring my breath down, hold in my perineum, and gently contract your perineum. For my yogis out there, Janie, it's also on exhale, if possible, you will gently contract your Mula Bandha. So breathing in, hold 3, 2, 1, breathing out, holding 3, 2, 1. Another tip that I will give you is that you can use your fingers. So I will hold my fingers and I will breathe in for 3 counts. And so I'll do 3, 2, 1 with my fingers. Hold my breath, breathing out, 3, 2, 1. It's going to be good neuroplasticity drill as well. Breathing in, 3, 2, 1. Breathing out, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, 3, 2, 1. Breathing out, 3, 2, 1. So I will not guide you the timing because I want you to do your timing on your own. So your hands will be dancing if you will be breathing in for 3 counts. 3, 2, 1. Holding, maybe 3, 2, 1 count as you hold. Breathing out, 3, 2, 1. Holding, 3, 2, 1. So your fingers are playing piano. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. As inhale, hold, exhale, hold. 3 counts to breathe in, 3 counts to hold, 3 counts to exhale, 3 counts to hold. If you've been practicing some type of breathing techniques that involve holding, go for 4 fingers. 4, 3, 2, 1 to inhale. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so going through your square pattern. So I hope this is clear. If this is not clear, let me know. I'll try to explain this. I will explain this again without trying. So as we go through this breathing practice, in a few moments we'll begin. Start noticing your body, noticing different parts of your body. Notice where the breath comes in and where your breath comes in just effortlessly, where you're holding something, and when your breath goes out, how effortlessly it goes out, and then holding for 3 counts. Let's experiment with this. So, and then after our breathing, we will move into relaxation right away, while still maintaining the breath for the square breath pattern. Even though I might not always tell you about it, I want you to keep on the background or foreground that breathing pattern all the time. And then when we actually move into the meditation experience, then you can simply go on and just do the breath that feels right for you to do today, which will be just natural type of breath, like let's say simple breathe in, simple breathe out. Okay, let's dive in. We will aim 20, let's actually do 10. Let's do 10 squares of this type of breath. If you can count for yourself, that would be wonderful. Well, there's a lot of already paying attention to a lot of numbers, to a lot of counting. Don't be too harsh on yourself, because sometimes our mind goes away when we start counting. Always bring your mind back. Let's maybe close your eyes, relax your hands in a comfortable position, maybe do your counting fingers mudra, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. And let's dive in. Doing your first inhale, 2, hold 1, holding, 3, 2, 1, exhaling, 3, 2, 1, holding, 3, 2, 1, inhaling, 3, 2, 1, holding, 3, 2, 1, exhaling, 3, 2, 1, holding, 3, 2, 1. Continue for 8 rounds on your own. Breathing in, holding, breathing out, holding, breathing in, holding, breathing out, holding. Continue at your own pace, keeping your breaths and pauses equal. As you continue going through your breaths, noticing general feeling of relaxation throughout your body. And as you still continue to breathe very consciously, we're going to take a little pause from the square breathing. I'll just go back into our regular 1 inhale, 1 exhale type of breath. Now, as you're going into the inhale, exhale breath with no pauses, I invite you to make your inhale as long as your exhale. So maybe count 4, 3, 2, 1 inhale, and 4, 3, 2, or 1 to exhale. Let's go for 10 of this type of breath. So it's a circular breath. Think of a circle. Semicircle, half circle to inhale, half circle to exhale. And let's continue with that same amount inhalation, same amount exhalation, also known as coherent breathing, coherency. We're leveling our nervous system, our parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system to the same level. Right and left brain hemisphere starts to balance each other out. So speaking of leveling, as you continue this breathing pattern, speaking of leveling, I don't know how many of you have had any carpenting experience. It's not like I did, but I know that my dad, when he actually built our whole entire home on his own, which I really, really admire that from him. So there is a construction type of level, so that we understand how we're going to build and what we're going to build, how tall our walls are going to be, or how leveled they are going to be. So using that analogy of a level right now, this is where we are taking our meditation today, setting up a baseline, setting up a level of your mental emotional awareness. And simply through your breathing, noticing where that baseline in your mental emotional space, as well as in your body, as in your physical reality. And let's establish baseline of relaxation through noticing our toes, relaxing our toes, heels, ankles, knees, hips, lower abdomen, lower back, mid-back, upper back, shoulders, elbows, wrists, palms, fingers and fingertips, chest, the back of your neck, the back of your head, the top of your head, your forehead, and space between your midbrows, between your eyebrows, your eyes, your nose, cheeks, jaw, lips, teeth, gum and tongue. Relax your throat. Relax your whole entire body. Relax your heart. And noticing this as a baseline for your homeostasis. And as we know, there is no such thing as stasis. Nothing is static in the universe. Everything is dynamic, so let's call it homeodynamism. So everything develops all the time. But we always bring it down to the 0 point. To the point where we're still, first in our physicality, and then in our heart, and then in our mind. So as we are continue to go through the coherent breathing, same inhale, same exhale timing, 3, 2, 1 or 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's now close our eyes, relax our face completely, continue deepening your relaxation experience. Imagining having that type of level tool, looking at your own emotions right now. In Theravada Buddhism, there is a technique called labeling. So labeling your feelings, labeling your emotions as well as your thoughts is very beneficial, because first you need to get an awareness of where you are today, full acceptance. And as we are looking at what we are feeling now and how we are being now, in your mind you can label them, and label them 3 times. Name them. That's a better word. Name your current feeling 3 times. It could be anything. It could be anything physical, as itching. And notice how maybe that sensation of itching starts to dissipate the moment you noticed it. Maybe it's something emotional like anxious. Maybe it's something mental like planning. And just notice if by naming those different mental and physical impressions, you have created awareness of them and you allowed space. So they are not squeezed by your subconscious. They are actually now acknowledged and they are free to go now. They're not imprisoned by our squares. They are free to flow. As you continue relaxing, paying attention to your breath, dial in onto the silence. Notice sounds outside of your environment, outside of your room. Notice sounds next to you. Look into your emotional baseline now. Just to make sure that our naming, our labeling does not always have to be on things that are somewhat a thing we say negative, right? So also notice everything positive there that you might be experiencing, because we have such a rich internal life activity. So it's very important to always acknowledge everything that is there enhancing your live, everyday life experiences. You might notice calm, feeling there. Notice this rapture of relaxation. So by putting a physiological smile on your face, you might notice how your heart is being joyful as well. Notice if you can smile through your eyes, through your relaxed, closed eyes. Scale it back to breathing again. Notice if you can maintain some sort of baseline that says this is you. Baseline of your awareness, baseline of your frequency that reminds you this is who you are. Let's sit for a moment in this relaxed awareness of our breathing and our awareness of who we are. I love this, how in Latin we say to breathe in means spiritus, so sitting in awareness of your own spirit. And another way to see a spirit could be light, so sitting in awareness of your own light. So there is nowhere to go, there is nothing to learn, there is nothing to study. We have that already. With our breath, we are given opportunity to experience our light body. It's always with us. And as we continue feeling our light bodies through our breath, I also would like to see if we can play with our baseline, to be curious about our baseline, and take our baseline to a gratitude level. Gratitude is one of the frequencies, one of the attributes and attitudes that takes us even higher. But first we need to establish neutrality and a baseline point from where we can start acknowledging, praising through our gratitude everything that is around us, that is benefiting us and what we are benefiting, and then that takes us even higher in the ranges of vibrations, to the vibrations of peace and light. And so let's together as a group bring our awareness and baseline into gratitude. Notice how we can sustain that grateful attitude. First, through your physical body, noticing how you feel gratitude in your whole entire body, in each cell of your body. As a rapture, as a bliss, maybe. Or maybe some discomfort somewhere. This is still also, we're grateful for that, because our pains, our discomforts tell us things that we need to listen to. Then on your emotional level, notice if you can maintain gratitude there on your emotional level. And then on your mental level, usually comes through some type of affirmations, thank you for this and thank you for that. So bring in your own examples of that mental range of gratitude. And now let's combine all of these gratitudes from our body, from our heart, and from our mind into one field of gratitude. We are sitting in this pool of gratitude, all of us together, in a big circle of gratitude, regardless if we are in Canada or in Spain, Timothy, or in Puerto Rico, or on another planet, wherever you are, sitting in a big collective field of gratitude. Noticing how that field is contributing everyone around you and everything in the galaxy. Taking deep breaths and opening your eyes just a little bit, halfway. And through your half open eyes, let's notice the frequency inside of you of what you have just created. Noticing the frequency outside of you And through opening your eyes a little bit more and more, notice how you are spreading that frequency of what you are creating around you, in your room, in your house, in your park or environment, and how that frequency is also giving back to you. So we're merging with that frequency of where we are. Breathing in, starting to open up your eyes a little bit more and more, stretching your body. Let your body move in the way that your body wants to move. Oh, the cracks and pops. Releasing the energy of the frequencies that we have noticed.